Drivin Ivan here. I'm going to walk you around the Concours Elegance 2022 Amelia Island at the Ritz-Carlton. I'm going to walk and talk. Stay with me. Let's go. We're going to start with very early Ferrari. Ain't she lovely? If you heard the song Red Barchetta by Rush, well, this is what it's about right here. This exact car. This is the Red Barchetta. Super leggera, super light in Italian. And there you go. Beauty, ain't she? Moving on. This one is a 250 GT short wheelbase. Long wheelbase, actually. Berlinetta, you can tell. Long wheelbase in the front here. And look at those louvers on the side. Beautiful. This is before the H-Gate era of Ferraris, so you do have a little bit of fin, so you can tell that it's from, well, the 50s. And here we have the number one car, in most people's minds, close to 70 million bucks, the Ferrari Gto 250, 2.5 liter V12, Colombo V12 engine. And ain't she a beauty? Go ahead and get you into the cockpit here. H-gate shifter in this one. Excuse me, sorry. Oh yeah. Stunning Ferraris here. California Spider. This is the one that Luigi Canetti, he wanted Ferrari to build a car like this so he could sell it to all the Hollywood stars. And so Enzo did. This is what you got. All right. Moving on. This is a 275 GTB, I believe. The Lusso, known as luxury. This is actually the sport version, perhaps. Yeah, 275 GTB. So this is the one that had a little bit more engine, a little quicker. Look at the seats. Wow. I haven't seen anything quite like this. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Here is the Daytona Ferrari. Yep. Daytona Ferrari. Lovely. Dino, named after Ferrari's son, the 246 GTS. This one is the predecessor to the 308 GTS GTB, and they did make a 2-liter of that later car, actually 208, believe it or not, but still has the H-gate shifter, and these are very desirable, even though they're technically Dinos and not Ferraris. See, it says Dino GT. Never really had a Ferrari emblem on it. You see that many of them will these days, and this one's correct, I believe. Of course, people always shove Ferrari stuff on them. They want to. I think I forgot to show you the Daytona seats here. This is still an option today in Ferraris, the Daytona seats. You can see the stitching on the seats there. You can still get your Ferrari with those Daytona seats, should you like them. I'll take mine crema with Tour de France blue, please. 512. Rolling at a boxer. There was a smaller engine one as well. Not open there. Got the red piping on the seats. H-gate shifter. BB 512. 5-liter, 12-cylinder, fuel injected. Here's the 288 GTO right next to it. But this was really the first supercar Ferrari right here. And then you had the 288 GTO. And then you had the F40, of course. F40 came along, and well, there you go. This was the last car built while Enzo was still alive. His age is kind of contested, but he was in his upper 90s at this time. In 1988 when this car came out. And here we go with the Ferrari F50, F40, F50. There you go. You can see the.
Oh, this is
transition, styling, a little bit more. I don't know. I like the simplicity of the F40 here, but the F50 is over the top. Really nice carbon fiber everywhere. Of course, still the exposed engine bay, like in this one. There we go. Making my way around here. Near Jet. This one's pretty new. The Enzo. What year did these come out? 2003. So yeah, a bit newer in the line here. And then the La Ferrari, right? La Ferrari, incorporating electric technology. And nice to see the transition in these cars on down along the lines. LAF, La Ferrari. Beautiful. There's a Monza SP1. There's an SP2 too. SP2 just means it has 2 passengers. This is a single-seater SP1. There were 26 of these at Pebble Beach last year. I was there. Check out my display of Ferraris at the Pebble Beach Concours Elegance last year, 2021, and you'll see 26 of these. There you go, Ferraris. And now we'll head on over here and show you what else is going on, because there's a lot going on. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see what we got here. 1961 Gia. Sporting GT cars from 58 to 72. That's a lovely class of cars right there. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. There we go. It's nice seeing different things that weren't here last year. Always cool to see. Look at that. You got the driving gloves for the lady. That is awesome. SS Cars Limited. SS1 Airline Saloon, in case you were wondering. MG J2. Obviously a previous winner of these events. Jaguar SS100. Good for about 100 miles an hour. I'd say that's pretty good for 1938, wouldn't you? Heck yeah. SS1 Jaguar Tourer, 1934. British Racing Green and tan. That's pretty nice. This one was just getting some award up there that you talked about, using the fashion show perhaps. Had a little fashion event before. Beautiful hot rods here.
You're still rolling.
And yeah, sporting GT cars over there, hot rods over here. Obviously, let me walk you through these really quick, let you see what's going on.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, how you doing? Nice to see you.
I have
looking good.
I have your tapes. I found them.
I know you know. I know you do. We'll hook up.
Find a way.
We'll hook up. Nice to see you here, sir.
You too.
That, in case you're wondering, is someone who used to be an editor at Automobile Magazine. Believe it or not, and well, he's a good friend of Jay Leno's also, let's just say. A lot of very important people in the automotive world, and that kind gentleman actually I know very well. He's from my neck of the woods, and he loves hot rods. He's probably judging them today, because who better to judge? He owns a very nice early hot rod. I think that's probably it, actually. I think I've seen it at some shows. 912 This is a Porsche 911, except that it only has 4 cylinders. Oh no, I'm wrong on this one. It fooled me into thinking it's a 912, but this is even rarer than that. 912s weren't that rare. This is actually a 901. When Porsche came out with the 911, Peugeot got really mad about it because they had a copyright on putting a 0 in between 2 numbers to name cars. So this was actually called the Porsche 901 until Peugeot sued them and moved on to the 911. So there you go. Just Google Drivin Ivan in Indy Car for the full story. There you have the full story on that one. On the line, Julia, Alfa Romeo GTV actually, 1750. I have a 2-liter convertible, which is known as the GTC, except mine's kind of modified. Google Drivin Ivan and Alfa GTC and you'll find out the full story. Wow, 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 look at this thing. Have you seen one of these? It's the Camnara. This is called the Camnara, 1986. Sport and GT cars. I don't exactly know what's going on here. I'm stumped, kids. Rarely am I stumped looking at a car, but I'm stumped. This thing is awesome. Incredible. Look at that.
I thought I liked
Superleggera. Aston Martin, 1965 DB5C. And yeah, that's a lovely car. Early GT40 here. It is a GT40 Mark I road car, 1966. Nice and rare to see an actual road car version. Most of them were a bit more racy, but no, not this one. This one is all hooked up for the street with the Borani wire wheels, like you see on a Ferrari. Very, very cool. There's the Hummer, the new EV Hummer, if you're wondering what that is. Showing you all in 4K widescreen. I hope you like the quality of this video. If you do, smash the like button, and definitely follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Leave me a comment too. TikTok, The Real Drivin Ivan. This is a Seata 208 CS in a lovely shade of blue. Sport and GT cars from 1946 to 1957. Yes. Isn't she lovely? This is a Fiat. Let's see, Gilco Fiat Seata. 1500 Coupe Speciale. So there you go. Take you in, let you see the interior. So lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Gullwing Mercedes. On down here now. I saw the wheel crowd around. I thought it was a Gullwing, but no. This was actually, some consider these more desirable in a sense, in terms of drivability. But they are very desirable at any rate, whether they're Gullwing or not. It's 300 SL Roadster from 1957. So America was doing fins, and Germany was doing this. Wow, incredible. Usually you see it influence, even with Ferraris, they had a little bit of fins on them, but Mercedes, the Germans were not taken by it, and they did their own thing, and it's quite lovely, isn't it? I would say so. 1954 Victress S1a in stunning white. There you go. Look at that. Simplicity at its finest. At its finest. Allard, 1957. Palm Beach Mark II GT. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah.
And probably a bit fastidious when it comes to starting in the hot Florida sun. I mean, you know,
sometimes it's just nice to look at these cars without even worrying about what it is. I'm going to take you all the way around this one. It's so unique.
I was thinking too, as we're sitting here having a
Delahaye
in our hands, maybe something else to talk about is the evolution
Bill
of
Marriott
fashion and the
has some Delahaye's in his
because
collection.
I don't think our guests
owns this one, but let's just say it's a beauty.
Is a beauty contest, for lack of it, if you take it in American terms.
T78.
And it began
next
in
to
the
an Alfa Romeo 60
France,
2500.
Showed off their new carriages, and with that
engine,
the ladies would dress.
Yes.
And it evolved over time to the point of in the 20s and the 30s.
Right.
Perfect example is Joseph Ferrari Joseph
I have two
Fagoni
Lotuses,
dressed
an Esprit and a Europa.
Cave down to the
Like I said, Google Drivin Ivan in any car and you'll see him. The Glasspar G2, 1952.
Inextricably linked.
Here we go. Isuzu Griffo. Cars don't get much prettier than this, in my opinion. It's a show winner.
I can remember doing the London Auto Show.
American engine and Italian design. That is a beautiful, beautiful formula. Look at this.
And the cars are just absolutely wonderful. For me, I've learned more about
Very
cars
nice.
doing these shows
ATS
than anything
2500
else.
GTS.
And I know the very first
1964.
one I did when I found an
Mid-engine.
original duster coat to be
And
worn for an
quite striking,
1900s
I would say.
car.
Very, very
And
cool.
this early 1900s car was tiny, so I actually had to find
ATS GTS Alemano Sports from 1964. Yes, sir. Aston Martin here. DB4. All in stunning green with a green interior. Wouldn't you know it? Of course. Sure, you get a green interior. Beautifully restored too. Very nice. Super Leggera. Again, meaning super light. Jaguar fixed head coupe 59. That means hardtop. Shelby Cobra from 1965.
Oh, there we go.
Wow. Such pretty cars here today. Wow. Some cars that are missing are probably up getting awards or being spoken about up on the podium over there. We'll take you there a little later in this video, so stay tuned.
This is the text. I think 1950. For me, I feel
I know
like
Contessa, of course. Rare Japanese. Yeah, I don't think it gets much rarer than that, does it? Look at that. Right-hand drive, JDM. And then here we have a Cosmo.
look at him.
Mazda Cosmo. A very distinctive car. When you see one of these, you know it. It's really cool from the rear. It looks also incredible. There you go. You want to see the inside too, don't you? Of course you do. There you go. Would you like to see the Z06 Corvette next year? Of course you would. Here we go. Z06. This is what you can expect from the Z06. Coming at you next year. Probably late this year. It'll be out. There you go. On display here at the Amelia Island Concours Elegance. Ah, yes. This is a Bond car, actually. It's in the Bond movies. Toyota 2000 GT. A very stylish model in front of it. There she is, smiling just as much as the car is smiling too, right? 1967 Toyota 2000 GT. Were you in a Bond film, ma'am?
I wish.
Oh, well, okay. She wishes she was. You could be. There we go. Mazda. No, not a Mazda. A Isuzu. 1970 Isuzu. It threw me. I thought it was a Mazda. That's what happens when I just start talking without looking. Sometimes I just assume. So this is an Isuzu. Type R.
So what's the history of this? How do you find this?
So I bought it out of Pacific Northwest. It's been in the U.S. a long time. I have most of the owners.
Look at this little baby boy right here. Maybe it's a baby girl. I don't know. Honestly.
I remember there
Tell me in the comments. Well, whatever. It's a Toyota Sports 800. Some micro cars here. There weren't really micro cars back then. This is a Honda S600 from 1965. Looky there. That's cool. All right, moving on. Here we go. Wrapping up this first section here. There he is.
Drivin Ivan.
Mr. Rock and Roll, how you doing, man? Nice to see you.
Bobby.
Oh, hey, man. Whatever, you can have one of those. I'll see you in the media room later. I'll see you at lunch, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, we can't miss the food
I was on his show, Cars and Nostalgia. If you Google Drivin Ivan Cars and Nostalgia, you'll see we had a nice half-an-hour chat on his radio show. He's based down here in Florida, I believe Clearwater area, and he talks cars and rock and roll and nostalgia, all the things I'm into. Actually, I have quite a guitar collection, and I like to collect signatures on some of those. I have a Rickenbacker signed by one of my favorite guitar players, Peter Buck. Anyway, Bmw 328 Roadster. So you can check out my Ivan Katz Free Your Mind music video, and that's got a lot of my guitar collection and car collection and such in it. So do check that out.
Adrian Houghton of First Coast Fashion. Thank you very much. A big round of applause for Adrian Houghton here with us.
Free Your Mind,
please come back.
Ivan Katz. Find that on my channel somewhere. Lots of original music out there and cover tunes as well. Losing My Religion by REM. I play all the instruments on that one. That's what I like to do as a hobby. I'm not producing car videos or the other things that I do. 1921 Duesenberg. I do have a nice collection of cars. If you Google what does Drivin Ivan drive, it's not exactly accurate anymore. That video, I should do an update, which I will do. But I have things like La Forza. You know what that is. I have 4 Porsches, 996, 82 Targa. Here we are, 330 P3 P4 Ferrari from the 24 Hours of Daytona.
He was set on fire by the ABC television.
Wow.
No kidding. He crashed, was thrown out of the car.
Motol sponsor there. Very nice. My friend represents Motol, so that's cool. Good to see that. There you go. Shout out to Motol for you, Rick. There you go.
That was a culture clash.
I believe that's one of the. He's got a Glackton shirt, so I think he might be a driver over there. But he seems to know a lot about some racing stories over there. Not sure exactly. Watson, 1963. If you recognize him, tell me in the comments below who I was looking at there. Lazovsky Indy Roadster from 1962. Cummins Special up here from 1952. Unmistakably a Porsche right here. Yes, it is pronounced Porsche. D. McNeil, I do like my Porsches. I will tell you, I think Porsche is some of the greatest cars overall. 911 is probably the quintessential car to me. Like I said, I have an 82 Targa and a 996 Ferrari 4 Cabriolet. Maserati. So glad I get to show you this. All right, Maserati, woohoo! Really nice. Look at that one. It's a Ghibli SS. And it is a convertible too. It's got a hard top though. That's incredibly rare. A Ghibli SS convertible with a hard top. Railton Trials car from 1934. Trying not to lose focus. Here's a lot to see. Duesenberg from 1921. If you ever heard, wow, it's a doozy. That's where that phrase came from.
Amelia,
The Duesenberg.
As you know, you were very keen on thinking about the future,
1938.
about the next generation and who is driving, and so
Bentley, old number 1. How about that? Is that rare? Is that rare enough for you?
Taking Charge Parade. And yes, you can guess it. Taking Charge Parade is the
BMW 328. Showed you that one earlier. I don't remember if I showed you this one. I did, because everybody was getting in that. But it's a Vauxhall, in case you were wondering. Here we are with a 1961 Porsche 356B to be precise. A lot of rare stuff out here. RS60 from 1960. That is a Porsche racing car right there. This is back just after the James Dean era. They souped up that 550 a bit, and that's what you got. There's an early Porsche too. Wow. Let's see exactly what we got here.
50 years of M. That's a great birthday present, which we did somehow for ourselves, for all our customers.
Take a little extra time there for you.
Enjoy it.
1949 Porsche 356 2SL. That's early car right there. 718 RSK. That is pretty. Wow. So nice. 550 Spider, 1955. You know what made this one famous? The little bastard, James Dean. I actually went to the place of that accident recently in California. So you can find that on my social media somewhere. Just Google Drivin Ivan James Dean. Might be on Instagram or TikTok. Drivin Ivan Cats, like my channel on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, and The Real Drivin Ivan on TikTok. Check me out there. 1959 Porsche RSK 718.
Of Porsche is here with us.
That's quite a wing, isn't it? What is it? The 1500 RS Spider with a Hella wing. It's the Bat wing.
I think we all have fond memories of a Porsche 904 GTS, officially called
that is awesome.
the Carrera GTS. And this car was also the GTS badge. For us, it's always
that's pretty cool. Got to make sure you see these over here as well. Take you back over this way. See what we can see. I'm going to show you every single car here, so you don't miss one. If you can't be fortunate enough to be here in the Florida sun, then I'm going to show you anyway. Golf livery is one of my favorites. And you got the 917K from 1969. Lovely. Yeah. Squeeze by here and shove a camera inside here. Show you what it's like to drive this thing. That's what it looks like. What do you think? How would you like to drive this? Let me know in the comments. Nice. The ducktail. What is the ducktail in the Porsche world? Really nice. Winner overall with a 24-hour. First world championship for make 24. 1973, car number 59. Result first place. It is all shined up and looking very pretty. 1979 Porsche 911 RSR. Yes, sir. Looking good. Porsche Andiel 935L. That's what you got. That's what you got here, in case you're wondering. Curtis Craft, Indy. Watson Roadster, 1963.
CEO and Miguel Sucre, president of Hispano Suiza. So tell us a little bit, and I think you have a very, very, very special guest.
Gerard Record Players, another ducktail. This is the Sebring cars. We moved on from Genel to Sebring. 1979 Porsche 911 RSR.
This is your car today. It's an important day for us because the dream come true. This car designed step by step with your team. And for us, it's the first time to stay.
Fab car Porsche 993 1990 70th anniversary of Sebring.
I want a special car.
X genuine BMW parts. Look at the kidney grill there. That's pretty cool. It still has the kidney grill down there.
Without people, without team.
V12 LMR. 70th anniversary of Sebring. That's the class. 1985 Porsche Fab car. Another swap shop car. I saw one before.
Thank you for trusting.
More Porsches, 907 in this case. And, Curtis Craft 500S. Unmistakably a Cunningham, obviously. Saw one of those auctioned off yesterday. Google Drivin Ivan auction results at Amelia or RM Sotheby's. I show you some live auctions of the LaFerrari and many other significant cars.
It took a while to come up with the color and the details because they're phenomenal with the details. They did everything they asked.
Show you some of this stuff. Cadillac 2017 Dpi Vr. This is a more modern car here. Wow, a lot more going on in the cockpit there.
They have done an incredible job. So I want to congratulate them because they're really a phenomenal manufacturer.
Yeah, that's what I...
Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Drivin Ivan here.
Oh, nice
also
to meet
a
you,
Porsche fan.
Oh, cool.
Slightly a few less than you, unfortunately.
Well, you only need one.
But how you having a good time today?
Well, with this guy, I'm always having a good time. See
Look at this. I mean, come on. This guy, he doesn't have some cheese ball shirt on. You just Google this guy.
That's pretty good,
looking
right?
good.
Well, I'm going to say
Bell?
only you could pull off that shirt.
Yeah, I follow you. Drivin Ivan. I see your videos all the time. Nice to see you guys.
Likewise, mate.
All right.
To the metal.
I'm on the other coast in DC area.
Oh, okay.
I was just out there for Pebble.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, man.
Another golf course.
I'm going to get a little selfie on the video.
Oh, there's selfie on the vid.
Look at these two. I mean, come on. I interviewed your dad on YouTube. You've probably seen it.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be here without that.
Without my dad, I wouldn't be here.
Not be here.
Derek Bell is his father.
Yeah.
I don't know who your dad is.
No one does.
You're the man.
My dad's no longer around, but...
Anyway, great seeing you, man. Nice seeing you too.
I know.
All right, there you go.
Cars and choosing their best. So we'll be checking in very
Justin
shortly.
Bell, his father is Derek Bell, professional race car driver, and he is a very good race car driver too, and a commentator. You see him, he's got that nice British accent, you know, and when he's talking about a car, it's just, you know, everything the British say, it just seems to be more believable. And of course, Magnus, the other guy, he's very famous in the Porsche world. He has cars, his Matchbox cars done after his collection because it's so famous. He's one of the guys I was hoping to run into, so I'm glad I did finally. Nice to see them, just hanging out on the Concours here. You never know who you're going to run into. Like I said, you might run into the editor of Automobile Magazine or Magnus Walker or Justin Bell. Who knows? Who knows who you're going to see here? I'm going to take you back in this area. Although I'll swing you by that Cunningham one more time because that is just such an incredible car. Don't worry, we'll see that purple Bentley in a second because that is absolutely super cool. And lots to see way up top here too. Wow. Guess I'll kind of swing back around. Show you these. Let's see what class we have here. Gurney Eagles. I'll walk you down quickly by all of the Gurney Eagles. How about that? AAR 1970 Eagle. And there we are. The Jorgensen Eagle. Oh, this is nice. This is the pretty era of racing for me. Indy Car. The Eagle from 1966. And then you have the 1975 Dan Gurney All-American Racers on down the line. We have the Eagle Indy Car from 1966. And just heading on down here. 1967 Westlake Mark I Formula One. Mark III 1967. And there you go. I'll swing you back by the engines this time. Don't want you to miss anything in your Drivin Ivan videos. Oftentimes I will just walk the show field. I've done it for the last 2 years. Check back the last 2 years because you know what? Last 2 years everything was different. They do a good job of curating these cars and making sure that you see different things every year. So that's nice. Different selection of Ferraris, a few of the same, but mostly different Ferraris. Certainly different owners. So you see different owners' cars, and now we're on to a different class. This is the NASCAR class, so here we go. I'm gonna walk you down the NASCAR class, starting with this 1968 Ford Torino. And here we go on down the line. Chevrolet Lumina from 1994. And then here we go. 71 Mercury Cyclone, heading on down the line here.
I read it at one point, but I can't remember.
1987 Ford T-Bird, Thunderbird. Ford Taurus. Huh. We had the SHO, of course. This is, of course, Richard Petty. You see the number 43. There's no mistaking that, is there? Roadrunner. NASCAR. That is cool. Another one. Dodge Charger from 1972. Racer's Edge. This one, unmistakable muscle car. Dodge Daytona 1989. Plymouth Superbird 1970. Oh yeah. Signed by a lot of important people there, see? Smash that like button while I'm walking to the next section here. Do me a favor, thank you so much. And do subscribe as well. Follow me on my TikTok, The Real Drivin Ivan. Drivin Ivan Cats on Instagram. Leave off the G, Drivin Ivan Cats on Instagram and YouTube. Wow, that is just a stunner right there. As is the Cunningham C4R. Cars of Ganassi. Cadillac accessories. Take you around this little section here. 2022, brand new. Dallara, 2006. Reynard 941, 1994. And here we go with the Ford GTLM from 2016, that one. And then this one, 2016 as well. This is actually a light blue. This is a really pretty car, actually.
That's what I'm on this one.
Gorgeous.
50 yards from me.
Gorgeous. Wow. Okay. Up here, 2010 Chevy Impala. G-Force Oldsmobile Indy Car. 2004 Riley. Somebody's Learjet. And this one is an absolute stunt. Alfa Romeo 2800. Maserati 450S, maybe? Something like that. I do have a Maserati. Just Google Drivin Ivan in any car. Yeah. I love my 82 Targa. But I gotta say, I kind of get weak in the knees when I see these. Love them. Yeah. Just drove the Taycan on the track, actually. That was pretty cool. I love the wagon styling on this one. Certainly. Gorgeous. Here we go, back at some old cars. And 80 years of the Amelia. Wow. This is the Black Ghost. I showed you this one, if you're on my Instagram, on the mall in Washington, D.C. They had this one displayed. But this is a car that was special ordered by a police officer who would come out at night, and he would basically beat everything on the street. He worked as a police officer during the day on motorcycle. He would beat everybody, hands down, and his car had such rare options like the alligator roof and things like that. It was just, people thought they saw a ghost because they never saw him again, and he just disappeared. And then he'd come out and beat a couple more people, and then he'd reappear again, and that's the way the story goes with the Black Ghost here. And it was pretty cool. He was an African-American guy living, I believe, in the Detroit area, where drag racing is pretty darn big, and he would tear it up in the early 70s and on and on and on. So there you go. This is the exact car as it is. I actually shot this on the street driving around yesterday, which is kind of cool. Google Drivin Ivan in Indy Car for the full story. And there you go. Beautiful. The Black Ghost. This is a Lamborghini Espada. resto mod on steroids. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, look at that. QR code there if you want to check it out. But he is friends with this guy up here who builds his own version of the Ferrari 308, and it's called a Maggiore. So you can get yourself one of these custom and bespoke if you'd like to from my man Maggiore over here, and he will if you're just bored with everybody else's 308, he will custom outfit yours for you.
Hi guys.
And he'll do it in Italy. You can come see him in Italy.
Yeah.
Travel around Tuscany and the wine region, and come home with your very own bespoke, lovely fabricated 308. To me, it's one of the quintessential shapes in the automotive world. And this guy here, Maggiore, well, he's gonna hook you up, and maybe he'll hook me up if I come to Italy and let me test drive one.
We
Of course
can
he
go
will.
around
Why
the
the heck
vineyard
not?
with
That would be horrible, wouldn't it? God, I would hate every second of that, sir. Well, good luck with this car. It's a beauty, and I hope you sell a lot of them. How you doing, sir? So, what do we got going on today? We have Pagani Raduna, which I showed you in the parking garage the other day. Now it's a little more crowded around it today. Pagani Huayra and the Raduna Tour, I think they did, and this, well, the specs are 238 miles per hour and 2.9 to 60, 760 horsepower, 12 cylinders, 6 liter. It's an AMG engine, and there you have it on that one. You can see everybody's kind of clamoring around it. It kind of attracts a little bit of attention for some reason. I'm not sure why. If you want to know what it looks like to drive it, there you go. That's behind the driver's seat. If you'd like to see, a lot going on there. That is a darn beautiful car, I think. So there you go. The Pagani Huayra. If you want to see it all closed up, check out my parking garage video from yesterday. Just Google Drivin Ivan, Amelia Island, Concours Elegance, and you will see it. Here we go. The Glickenhaus SCG. Yeah, it's a 2020 004S, owned by Nathaniel Mundy, in case you're wondering. Top speed 186 miles an hour, 0 to 16.3, 650 horsepower, 8 cylinders, 6.2 liters. There you go. That's the story on that one. This one is the Sergio Pininfarina, named after the designer at Pininfarina. Special touches on this one: 199 miles an hour, 605 horsepower, 8 cylinders, 4.5 liters. Really, really cool. The La Ferrari 2015 from the MBF family. 217 plus miles an hour, less than 3 seconds to 60, 949 horsepower, 12 cylinders plus electric motors, and 6.3 liters. There you go. This one, the same car that actor was killed in. Unfortunately, these are very, very demanding cars on the driver. You got to know what you're doing. You know, they called the Porsche 911 Turbo the Widowmaker, and this one can be just as challenging. 205 miles an hour, 0 to 16.35, only 605 horsepower, only 10 cylinders, 5.7 liters. I say only, but again, there's not a lot of safety checks on this car. Not a lot of traction control, so you're kind of left to your own devices, and things can go very wrong very fast, as unfortunately we saw with, I believe his name is Paul Walker. It was an identical car to this one, actually. Red, just like this one. And it's just a sad story. You gotta be careful in these cars on city streets. You don't have the runoff that you do on a track. This is one of my favorites though, the Spiker C8 La Violette. You can see the transmission stalk coming across. I love this car, and I love it in blue. Mostly you see these in black, I've noticed. Maybe I've been seeing the same one for years when I come down here, but this one in blue I think is a stunner. And there's the engine. Holland. So there you go. Scandinavian car. Pop you in above this guy here, show you the interior. Lovely interior here. It's just like nothing else out there, I think. I love this thing. Spiker C8 La Violette. And this is a hardtop convertible, basically a Targa, La Violette. McLaren SLS. SLR, sorry. 0 to 60 in 3.6, 207 miles per hour, 617 horsepower. 8 cylinders making 5.5 liters of displacement. Look back at that spiker. What a lovely C8. Love it. Koenigsegg CCX. Let's mosey on down here with my friend here. I'm going to poke the camera in. Blue seats, blue piping everywhere. Sort of stitching made famous by Bentley, perhaps. Bentley stitching. And ain't she lovely? Man, look at that. Koenigsegg. 110 miles an hour in the sand for this one. A 12-cylinder Lamborghini LMO2 built for the Saudi Army. And they ultimately did not end. What happened there? And they ultimately did not release the car to the Saudis. They didn't have a deal, so they just released it themselves. That's what happened. All right, here we go. Lamborghini Diablo GT. This one's awesome. The Venturi, French, basically equivalent to Ferrari in France. Trophy 400. And that's about all they were. That was the top one. Really looking like sort of an Enzo in the day. 1992 Jaguar XJ220. I have a full video on this car elsewhere on YouTube. Full review of it and the history on this car. 220 miles an hour. It's supposed to have a 12-cylinder. Came with a twin turbocharged 6, actually. 1990 M1. Lamborghini helped them develop this car. Ferrari F40. A beautiful blue with red interior Countach. Yeah, it's a 1989 Countach. Looks like the Evolution version, basically. That was a year later. We get the H-gate shifter as well from Lamborghini. Red interior. This thing's gorgeous. Any angle, of course. Countach. The engineers, they were, well, actually the workers at the factory were showing this car, and they popped the lights on and took the cover off of it, and they said Countach, which basically in Italian dialect near Santa Gata Bolognese means holy crap. That's what it means. So that's what they stuck with. That's what the car is called. Basically, holy crap. Because it looks so cool and so striking. Still a design that stands up today. Wouldn't you say? Let me know in the comments. Another classic, the suicide door Lincoln Continental. On to some brass era cars now. This 1924 Lincoln. And this 1937 Lincoln Zephyr V12. The 1952 Lincoln Capri. Oh, this one's lovely. 1956 Continental Mark II. In a stunning shade of blue. Gotta show you the back on this one because it's got the spare tire and it's just lovely. It's graceful, it's beautiful, it's striking, as is the owner, right? All dressed to the nines today for the Amelia. Car's looking great, lovely, perfect color. Look at the radiator, Bob, early days. This is the brass era. These are some very old cars here. Kind of funny, and the people you see really admiring these cars and maybe even sort of remember them. Maybe their parents had one or something. You know, cars tell stories, and everybody has a car that they grew up with and that they love. Just the shape of it just gives them a good feeling. That's why these cars are important. Everybody likes the freedom of travel, and these were the cars that really started it off for the people of America, so they could leave their homes, travel unthinkable distance. I mean, imagine, and you're used to like horse-drawn carriage, and all of a sudden you can, in one day, you can drive 20, 30 miles and back in one day. Imagine what that would be like with the whole family in comfort. You know, these were cars for the wealthy. 1910 Packard. Here are the judges judging here. And Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. Excuse me, sorry about that. So there you go. Nice British emblem there. Let's walk around this one a little bit. This is a stunner. Lovely car. Just to show you the scope and scale. I mean, these are massive cars. Wow. Very impressive. Huge, in fact. Bmw M1 up there on the stands. Of course, I'm drawn to slightly newer cars, the cars we grew up with. I love 60s 60s cars, and even some from the 50s really get me, and on up. But cars I collect are basically from the 80s. 88 Lancia Zagato. Sorry, I had an 81 Lancia Zagato. Now I have an 88 Lancia Delta Integrale 8-valve, the first one. And you can see my full review and story on that one elsewhere on YouTube. Rolls-Royce 1914 Silver Ghost. I believe these are all Silver Ghosts, which were some of the most expensive cars of the day. So very impressive here. Right in front of BMW's display. This one, a 1923 Silver Ghost. Cars that have gotten awards today. The salmon color Monterey for that. Really, really nice. I'm going to pick it up again here with the brass era of cars. These were cars, as I was saying in the last video, where he's really revolutionized travel in the United States and elsewhere around the world, where cars, the horseless carriage was being developed. You know, these were, I love this, people dressed in the bygone era as well. I'm sure you're correct. Clothing is awesome to see with these cars. You see a lot of people dressed in dirty clothing, but you know, this changed the whole way that America traveled and got around. If it was maybe a distance of 5-10 miles you could travel during a day and get back home, well, now all of a sudden you could travel 40 miles, you know, 30 miles. And of course, you know, now today you can travel much, much further. But cars like these Packards and old Cadillacs here, well, yeah. And they were for the very rich in many cases, and these, of course, were for the very rich. These are all Silver Ghosts, 1910, and they did from 1911, no problem, and on down the line here, 1914, all Silver Ghosts. The epitome, the ultimate motor car back in the day, absolutely. 1914. Amazing how many they've got out here. Guess they know where to find them. 1915. Look at the color on this one. I'll show you this from the side. Show you what it's like to drive this beautiful car. Right there, look at that. Covers from the back, if just the chauffeur were driving around, or the owner. There's the BMW display. Looking good. There's a new 8 Series. And,
Oh, yeah, it was M3.
oh, look at that. Beautiful. So they're bringing back the 8 Series here. Check out my 635 CSI. It's totally custom. I think you'll like it. Blue and white. Corvette racing seats. Blue and white entirely in the interior too. You'll like that BMW. I promise you. You will. Check it out on YouTube. And also my Alpina B7 if you like BMWs. There you go. 1923 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. Tell me what you think of BMW's new grille. You like that grille or not? This is an electric. And look, they still have the grille. I don't know. It's a little cartoon-like for me. But tell me what you think about it. iX M60 105.1. Would you pay 105.1 for that smile every day? Maybe you would. M850i Grand Coupe. And that one will set you back about $100,000, right at $100,000. I do love my Alpina B7 though. It's a great car. Show you all the cars. Like I said, start right here. Here we go. I'll walk you all the way around starting here. Why not? This looks like a good place to be. Starting with the Davis Devon. It's a car named after me. The Devon. Drivin Ivan. It's got my name in it. That's a lovely shot there. All right, I think we got another one, do we? Yep. Davis Devon, 1948. Oh my God, they're all over the place. They're Davis Devons everywhere. Davis of Ivan Devon. This one, a Delage D770 Cabriolet from 1937. Lovely. 1953 Alfa Romeo 6C 1750 Grand Sport. I've got a couple Alfa Romeos that I love, my GTC convertible, 1973. And I have a 164L sedan, 5-speed manual. Peugeot d'Arlemont from 1937, and ain't she beautiful? Ain't she beautiful? Wow, wow, wow.
Yes, you like it?
That is the right color. I might almost drop my camera. I like it so much, sir.
It's a French color because this
Port of France blue?
This color is a French blue.
French blue.
Sure.
It's known as TDF blue sometimes, right?
He's the boss. You can speak with him.
He's the boss. It's a lovely, lovely car.
Parce qu'il adore la couleur.
Je parle français un peu.
Ah, tu parles français, c'est wonderful.
Come on, baby. All right, that's a beautiful car. Rolls-Royce. No time for French lessons, right? We got to move on. 1937 Rolls-Royce Phantom 3. Show you the interior here. Why not? Very nice. Lovely.
No, everybody else is starting that now.
There you go. Je m'appelle Drivin Ivan.
Driving
Ivan.
Watch my video on YouTube and you shall see
all the cars that you've pictured at.
All of them.
Wait.
Tous les voitures.
Because in 5 minutes.
Tous les voitures. Tous les voitures dans les Drivin Ivan YouTube.
Yeah, I saw.
Driving.
Dancing cat.
No.
Yeah.
Driving Ivan.
Drivin Ivan, yeah. Look at the back too. There's a pretty one back there too. Why not? Merci beaucoup. Uh-oh, look at that. Look, it's a GTO. Yeah. You never know what you're going to see here on Drivin Ivan, do you? You might see a GTO. You might see a parade of Ferraris. Who knows? Maybe you will. I don't know. There you go. A parade of Ferraris. It's good to be in the right place at the right time. The bell of the ball, isn't it? Daytona. 246 GTS Dino. Spider. Ferrari 512 Berlinetta Boxer. Does not come with the Berlinetta Boxer paint job, not black on the bottom. That's probably more rare. I like it with the black on the bottom now. 288 GTO. Gran Turismo Homologado. That means homologation. That means they built separate production so that they can officially race these cars. And that's what GTO means. So sometimes when American car companies name their car like GTO, it doesn't make sense to people that have been enjoying the Italian cars that have the O for homologation, homologato. Look at it's a different story there. Rolls-Royce Phantom 2, attracting a lot of attention today. DuPont model G, 1930. G. Oh, GTE. Yeah, not much imagination there, I guess, with that name, but that's okay. There's the F40. F40 coming along. Well, that's F50. And here comes the, who's that? Enzo? Lady driving it. Your jet. There's one for the ladies. La there, and here comes the Monza SP1. Look at that. Revving it up. I love that. And then the Monza SP1. Sea of young internet guys out there making sure they get every car, hopefully. That's what I'm doing out here. 6C 2500 Alfa Romeo. And we move on. Look at this pretty Monterey. Mercury Monterey from 1957. So this is when fins were in, and you got this sort of salmon color. I wouldn't call it quite pink. It's more of a salmon color, I think. I'm not sure what they called it in the catalog, but I'll just call it gorgeous. It's very nice looking. American cars of this era are absolutely stunning. And, there's the Parisienne, Pontiac Parisienne, 1958.
It doesn't go.
Packard Caribbean, 1956. Want to know some specs? Of course you do. Last of the real Packards. Packard Caribbean. 370 cubic inches, 310 horsepower. They built 276, 61 unknown actually. It's 127 inches in the wheelbase, 18.2 feet long, 78 inches wide, weighs almost 5,000 pounds, 2.5 tons, and it was priced at $6,000, $59.95. Chrysler 300 from 1955, and well, there's a drone, and a Chevrolet Impala from 1959. Want to look at the interior? You probably did.
Your family? My father's family? Yeah, okay, got yes, right. You're right. You're
oh, it's lovely.
Oldsmobile 98 line. Green, mint green.
1957 Oldsmobile Starfire Holiday Coupe.
Oh, I see.
All green and cream. And, yeah, it's kind of a white actually. Cream steering wheel. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Matching suit.
How you doing?
How did I say?
How you doing?
It's pretty nice,
I saw your video from last year.
Oh, good.
I recognize your face.
Oh.
Yep. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Drivin
you.
Ivan, as you know. What's your name?
Harold.
Nice to meet you. It's lovely.
Thank you very much.
The video this year will look a lot better.
I will
4K,
watch it again.
Stunning beauty. Every car will be shot.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Lovely car. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
You did well, didn't you?
We did. Got a major sponsor award.
Nice.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. Pilot model personal car carrier. Three-wheel. Davis military vehicle. Huh. Who knew they made so many vehicles? The Davis Devon and others. All right. Wow, there's cars, and everywhere cars. I'll start here and work my way back down because there's so much to see. Well, we saw some of these, I think. DuPont Model G, Lincoln K, and Packard 745 convertible Victoria. Stutz Victoria convertible. Stunning color. Got the pooch out today. That's nice to see.
Oh, but then I'm all nervous. I gotta wow. Months.
Rhode Island, Gen 3. It's a third generation passed on, probably through the family. Nice to see that. Cars owned by the family, kept in the family forever. 1930 Packard 745. Really nice. Excuse me. Sorry. DuPont Model G. Getting ready for the show field here. DuPont Model G. Chrysler Imperial. American Classics, 1920 to 1930. Auburn 8 115 Speedster. Ford L29.
you know why it's called the bar.
Packard 1920.
Which is really typically called a spider if it has a removable roof. But that car does not have a removable aircon.
Hudson Series L.
That's a 166 M as you heard Max said. It was really
Cadillac Roadster. Rolls-Royce Springfield Phantom. Packard Deluxe. There you go.
Gto just flashed in front of your eyes. I mean, probably one of the most collectible, desirable cars, collector cars, Ferraris in the world. That's number 17 of the 36 250s built. Probably the most iconic of all Ferraris. It really set the pace for Ferrari competition.
Always nice to see a GTO driving by. One of 29 in that body style. 36 total built, but that's the best, if you ask me. That's the car everybody wants. But you know what? I'll take a 57 pontoon fender Ferrari Testarossa instead, actually. I'll stand out a bit from the crowd. How about that? All right, here we go.
This was really the darling of Hollywood.
Out of the way, you have a Chrysler Imperial from 1931 and a 1932 Packard from 906, actually. More Ferraris coming on down the line.
Got
to show you the California Ferrari coming on down the pike here. That is one beautiful car. V16 1931 Cadillac. 1931 Cadillac Series 35A. Then Duesenberg 1934.
Really also kind of Ferrari's answer
and
to the Lamborghini Vr.
J434 Roadster, Duesenberg. It's a doozy. That's where the phrase came up. Maryland, Duesenberg, SJ478. North Collection. Not sure about that one. Very nice to see that. Or Duesenberg, 1930. Get in here and show you a bit more on these.
I know.
But the car placed 1, 2, 3 in Daytona, and the press referred to the car as
That's what it looks like to drive it. With a Ferrari 275 driving by, GTB. Rumble seat in the back. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Sure it is. Of course it is. It is absolutely awesome.
In the early days of Ferrari, oftentimes in freedom in the alley,
More Duesenbergs. J187. It's a doozy. J347, 1930. So many Duesenbergs all together. 1929, J355. And a traffic jam of supercar Ferraris. F40, F50, Enzo, LaFerrari, and Monza SP1 back here.
It's supposed to be a two-tier marketing
all in a
effort.
row. Duesenberg. Lovely to see these. Okay, let's head down here. More American classics. 1933, Packard 12. LaSalle. Haven't seen one of those yet today. 345 LaSalle. Cord. 1937 Cord 812. They had the 810 too with the beautiful side embellishments on that one. Gorgeous car. This one's not too bad either. 812. I'll prefer the 810. Let me tell you what it smells like behind an F40. Not great, actually, in case you were wondering. F50 here. Beautiful top-down fun. Yeah. 0 to 60 in the threes with absolutely no protection, no stability control, no nothing. You got to know how to drive that car for sure, and that's a good thing, I think. To know how to drive it. Pierce Arrow from 1933. I might want to show you the back of these because there's so many people around here. 1935 Cadillac. Good thing I'm wide angle here. It's really hard to see these. And a 1935 Packard here.
Well, only in concept. You heard Max say it's a BB. This is a BBI, which further means that it's an injected car. So
the wheel cover there, that's gorgeous.
Carburetions, it's actually a fuel-injected car. There were not many of these made.
Incredible car.
2007 over the model. Cool car. Next, we have the sheet and full closing. I think I can hear roads. You saw the 250 GTO in front of you. Well,
lovely, lovely cars everywhere you look. All right, well, that was awesome. There goes the 288 GTO there. I'm sorry, the 512 Berlin the Boxer, not the 288. That one's coming up right after it, actually. I was looking the other way while shooting this way at that car. There you go, the Amelia Island. That's where they do the awards. I'll take you over there later today. I've shot the auctions, so go ahead and look back at the auctions. The Radwood from yesterday, that was really cool. Check out my footage of the Radwood, and also a little bit of the Concours Le Mans as well. Pebble Beach I covered last year too, so check out my Pebble Beach coverage. And absolutely. Also, check out any car that you'd like to find. Just Google Drivin Ivan and any car, and you shall find it. So there you go. I think I'll close this vehicle out, close this video out. It's been a long, hot day in the sun, I'll tell you. It's hot out here. And we'll wrap it up here with this beautiful Rolls-Royce Phantom 3 from 1937. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Drivin Ivan Cats, at Ivan Cats on Twitter. Drivin Ivan Cats, leave off the G, for YouTube, my channel here on YouTube, and also Instagram. And also check out my TikTok, The Real Drivin Ivan. And do smash the like button. Subscribe, comment, share these videos. If you like disc golf, watch my disc golf videos. Music video for Free Your Mind has a lot of my car collection in it and my music instrument collection as well. So check that out. And once again, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. I'm Drivin Ivan.